warm welcome to a special 8-decade quiz. This is a collection of one question from each year of the 80 years that I've covered so far. And it's all questions are 3 actors, 1 movie. So good luck with that. Now, to reverse time. Hit the reverse time button.
Robert De Niro, Ray Romano, Joe Pesci. I don't know how to pronounce that. The Irishman. Tom Hollander, Mike Myers, Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody. Jared Leto, Harrison Ford, Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner 2049. Jared Leto, Will Smith, Margot Robbie. Suicide Squad. Nicholas Hoult, Charlize Theron, Tom Hardy. Mad Max Fury Road. Mikael Nyqvist, Keanu Reeves, and William Dafoe in John Wick. Amy Adams, Henry Cavill, and Michael Shannon. Man of Steel. Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, and Anne Hathaway. Les Miserables. John Lithgow, Andy Serkis, James Franco. The Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Aubrey Plaza, Kira Culkin, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Eric Bana, Leonard Nimoy, and Carl Urban in Star Trek. Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Michael Angarano. The Forbidden Kingdom. Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, and Topper Grace. Spider-Man 3. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly, and Jimon Hunsu in... Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Speak a little louder. Blood Diamond. Stephen Fry, Natalie Portman, and Hugo Weaving in the movie V for Vendetta. Lindsay Lohan, Neil Flynn, and Rachel McAdams. Mean Girls. Tommy Wiseau, Juliette Daniel, Greg Sestero in The Room. Christian Bale, Emily Watson, and Sean Bean, who maybe survived this movie. The movie is Equilibrium. John Lithgow, Mike Myers, and Eddie Murphy in Shrek. Connie Nielsen, Jimon Hunso, and Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. Bruce Willis, Tony Colletti, and Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense.
Steve Buscemi, Liv Tyler, and Ben Affleck in Armageddon. Matt Damon, Stellan Skarsgård, Robin Williams in this movie from 1997. Good Will Hunting.
Sean Connery, John C. McGinley, Nicolas Cage. What could that be? The Rock.
Joe Pantoliano, Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys.
Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Richard Jenkins in Wolf.
Raul Julia, Christopher Lloyd, and Christina Ricci in Adam Family. Estelle Getty, Martin Farrow, Sylvester Stallone in Stop or Mom Will. Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, and Maggie Smith in Huck. Go. Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg, and Patrick Swayze. Ghost.
Question 5. Jack Nicholson, Jack Palance, Kim Basinger. What movie is this? It's Tim Burton's Batman.
Val Kilmer, Warwick Davis, Tony Cox. Willow.
Carrie Elves, Robin Wright, and Valance Shawn in The Princess Bride. Off. Keith David, Charlie Sheen, William Dafoe in Platoon. Matthew Broderick, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Rutger Hauer in the same movie. All three of them. What could it be? It's Lady Hawk. Stone, Kevin Bacon, John Lithgow, and Sarah Jessica Parker in Footloose. Al Pacino, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Paul Shenar in what movie? What did you say? Scarface. Drew Barrymore, Henry Thomas, Erika Eleniak in E.T. Doom DeLuise, Jackie Chan, and Roger Moore in... Do you know this one? The Cannonball Run. Annette Bancroft, Anthony Hopkins, and John Hurt in Elephant Man, nominated by Vicky. John Hurt, Harry Dean Stanton, and Sigourney Weaver in Alien. Gene Hackman, Mark McClure, and Marlon Brandon in Superman. Gene Hackman, Michael Caine, and Sean Connery in a movie from 1977. A Bridge Too Far.
Jodie Foster, Peter Boyle, Robert De Niro. Taxi Driver, classic.
Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, and Roy Schneider in Jaws. Faye Dunaway, Fred Astaire, and Steve McQueen in The Towering Inferno.
Don Gordon, Dustin Hoffman, Steve McQueen. What movie could this be? Papillon.
72. Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, and Robert Duvall were in a movie together. What movie was that? Do you know? It was The Godfather. Fernando Rey, Gene Hackman, and Roy Schneider. In what movie? Well, I tell you what movie. It's The French Connection. Ellie McGraw, Ray Milland, and Ryan O'Neal in Love Story. Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson, and Peter Fonda. Easy Rider.
Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson, Claudia Cardinal. Once Upon a Time in the West.
Movie from there. Okay, here we go. Faith and I, Gene Wilder, and Warren Beatty, all in the same movie from 67. Which movie do you know? Tell me now. Tell me now. Too late. It's Bonnie and Clyde. Adam West, Burgess Meredith, and Cesar Romero in Batman, the motion picture. Alec Guinness, Julie Christie, and Omar Sharif in Dr. Zhivago. Audrey Hepburn, Gladly Cooper, and Rex Harrison. My Fair Lady. Elizabeth Taylor, Hummy Crony, and Richard Burton. Richard Burton sounds familiar. Cleopatra. Alec Guinness, Anthony Quinn, and Omar Sharif in Lawrence of Arabia.
Number 7. Clark Gable, Eli Walsh, Marilyn Monroe. The Misfits.
Eli Walsh, Charles Bronson, and Yul Brynner. The Magnificent Seven. Jack Lemmon, Marilyn Monroe, and Tony Curtis in Some Like It Hot. Burl Ives, Elizabeth Taylor, and Paul Newman in Cat on Hot Tin Roof. Maila Nurmi, Bela Lugosi, and Thor Johnson in Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Carol Baker, Dennis Hopper, and James Dean. Big stars, big names. The Giant.
Frank Sinatra, Gene Simmons, and Marlon Brando in Guys and Dolls. Akira Takarada, Takashi Shimura, and Akihiko Hirata in Godzilla. Burt Lancaster, Frank Sinatra, and Montgomery Clift in what movie? From Here to Eternity. Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor, and Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain. Carl Malden, Marlon Brando, and Vivian Leigh in what movie? It's A Streetcar Named Desire. James Stewart, Charles Drake, and Josephine Hull in this movie. What is this movie? It's Harvey. Alida Valli, Joseph Cotton, and Orson Welles in The Third Man. Ann Miller, Fred Astaire, and Judy Garland. Easter Parade. Alan Ladd, Jimmy Dundee, and Veronica Lake. I wonder if he's related to Crocodile Dundee. Saigon.
So, James Stewart, Donna Reed, and Henry Travers were all in the same movie. What movie was that? Tell me now. Too late. It was It's a Wonderful Life.
Eve Arden, Jack Carson, and Joan Crawford. And I know what you're thinking. Eve Arden, it must be Grease. It's not Grease. This is way before Grease. It's Mildred Pierce. Barbara Stanwyck, Edward G. Robinson, and Fred McMurray. In what movie? It's Double Indemnity. Dolores del Rio, Joseph Cotton, and Orson Welles in Journey into Fear. Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and Paul Henreid were all in the same movie. What movie were they all in? Do you know? This is a movie from 1942, of course. It's Casablanca. Orson Welles, Joseph Cotton, and Dorothy Comigore. Citizen Kane. Charlie Chaplin, Jack Oakey, and Paulette Goddard. In what movie? The Dictator. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quiz. Let me know your score in the comments section. Otherwise, see you in 1939.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Music in Movies. This is quiz number 34. 82. I mean, super the easiest too. Which one of the following movies features Survivor's Eye of the Tiger? Is it D, White Christmas, E, Seven Samurai, H, Eye of the Tiger, or I, For Love's Sake? And the correct answer is